Jerusalem. We are preparing for the great feast of Easter when we celebrate Jesus' death and resurrection. At church last Sunday, we heard about Jesus' triumphal entry as he arrived in Jerusalem. We all waved our palms and wore our palm crosses, as did the people welcoming Jesus into Jerusalem. On Thursday, we will see the Last Supper, where Jesus said, "This is my body, this is my blood." On Friday, we will be sad about Jesus' crucifixion, but then on Saturday evening, we will hear about the empty tomb. All of these things happened in the ancient city of Jerusalem. Throughout the Bible, even before Jerusalem was built, the location has been a special place. Thousands of years before Jesus was born, God told Abraham to take his only beloved son, Isaac, the heir that God had promised him. God told Abraham to take Isaac up on top of Mount Moriah and sacrifice him. Just as Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, God stopped Abraham and sent a ram to take Isaac's place in the sacrifice. In the same place, about 1,000 years before Jesus was born, King David's prophet, Gad, told King David that God wanted him to buy the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite on Mount Moriah as the future site of Jerusalem. David followed God's orders and purchased the land for 50 shekels and built his capital city there. Later, King David brought the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. The Temple. The city of Jerusalem is the most important city in Jesus' time because of the Temple, the center of the Jewish faith. God chose Solomon, King David's son, to build his temple on the site his father had purchased. As a baby, Jesus was presented by his parents to God at the temple. When Jesus was a child, Mary found him at the temple discussing religious matters with the elders. Jesus said, "Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" Jesus threw the merchants and money changers out of the temple the week before his crucifixion and resurrection. He wanted God's temple to be a house of prayer, not a house of trade. The walls. Jerusalem has been a city surrounded by walls. These walls are surrounded by deep valleys and mountains beyond them to help protect the city of Jerusalem from enemies. Jerusalem's walls have gates to open and close to let people in and keep enemies out. The city was built on hills, so this is the lower city, and this is the upper city. Water runs through this city. This made Jerusalem very valuable land. The Pool of Siloam is a place where Jesus performed a miracle. The sheep's pool is where the people would wash their sheep. The cenacle. On the last night of Jesus' life, Jesus went to the cenacle to have a meal with his friends, the 12 disciples. The word cenacle means upper room. This is the place that Jesus and his disciples broke bread together at the Last Supper. The Mount of Olives. Jesus and his friends spent a lot of time here. The Mount of Olives is known for the many olive trees in the area. Some of the trees from Jesus' day are still there today. Less than 2 miles away from the Mount of Olives was the city of Bethany, where Jesus and his disciples spent many nights at friends' houses while spending some of their days in Jerusalem. The House of Caiaphas. Caiaphas was the Jewish high priest in Jesus' time, and this was his home. The Tower of Antonia. The Tower of Antonia is in the walls of the city, right behind the temple. The palace of King Herod. Herod was the Jewish king appointed to be in charge of Jerusalem by the Romans. Mount Calvary. This is the place where Jesus was hung on the cross and died. The tomb. This is the place where Jesus' friends placed Jesus' body after he died.